Hello there. Now you have a new client chatting you up to make a portrait for him or her. Are you going to disappoint them? Or are you going to make them happy? Here are 9 things that you can do to beat your client's expectations. Coming up.
This is Joshua. Joshua was calm.
Number 1 is to spend enough time working on the job. Now, you do not want to receive a job a month earlier from the deadline and dump it only to start working on it 2 days to the day you need to deliver it. You're not going to do your best like that, working under such pressure. So you need to plan your time and make sure that you are at least working on the job maybe every day or every 2 days, so that you would have spread the time spent on the job until the date of the deadline. Number 2, do not settle for a poor reference picture. Honestly, for me, I negotiate quality of reference picture more than I negotiate price, because until I get the quality of a reference picture that I'm confident that I can do a good job with, I will not accept the job and I will not accept payment for the job, because some clients do not really have experience with doing portraits, so they just feel like they can send you any picture and you do magic with it. It's not magic. We draw what we see. I've even had clients send 2 pictures and say, oh, I want the clothes from this one and the face from this one to put it together. I don't know how to do that, seriously. Just give me one reference picture that has all the details I need, that focuses on the face, and I'll do a good job for you. So some clients will send also a full picture like head to toe and ask me to crop the face. You won't get enough details for that. And I would prefer to accept maybe a studio picture or even just a selfie picture. So, but there are cases where you actually do get poor reference picture from the client. I have a video on my channel how to improve the reference picture. There are softwares online. I use Remini most of the time. It's an Android software that you can use to improve your reference picture. So you check the link in the description to watch that video. Now, the third thing you can do to beat their expectations is to have a dedication to excellence no matter what. This is not something that you really do, but it's kind of like a mindset that you have. If you've already made up your mind that no matter what this client is paying me and no matter the circumstance, I'm going to do my best for this job, chances are you're going to do your best for that job. So yes, it is a dedication to excellence that over the years will build a reputation and a standard for your work. And thank God Blended Art Studio has been able to maintain a level of reputation over the 3 years plus of our existence. So no matter the size the client goes for, the quality should be constant. Large, small or medium, just do your best all the time. Now, the 4th thing you can do is to send progress shots to the client as you draw. Now, this depends, because you might be doing a simple job that can take you just 3 hours to complete. That way, you will not really have the chance to start sending progress shots. But if maybe you are doing a large job that could take weeks to complete, then it is a good practice to send the client progress shots. That way they will be able to track your progress and monitor how it's going. But this will also help them have a more realistic expectation. because some people expect to see you do magic and just do something that will blow their mind. So, but when they see you start from scratch and they see all the paperwork and the rough work in the beginning, as you go on and it starts taking shape and start looking final, they're going to be very happy with the result. So it's as though you kind of dropped their expectations by showing them the progress shot. So it's very important to beat their expectation when you show them the progress shot as you go. Now, number 5 thing is to not settle for average. That is, when you've completed your job, do not just conclude and stop. 2 things you can do here. You can show the job to your client to make changes or inputs, and usually they find something to correct about the nose. Or you can also just show this to other artist friends of yours. And if you don't want to show this to anybody, it's still a good practice to snap the job after you're complete. After you've completed, crop it side by side with the reference picture and then look at it. Sometimes looking at the job in reality will not show you all the issues, but when you're looking at it on the phone, you will be able to tell, okay, this is wrong and this is right. So it is like the best tip I can give you right now, to snap the picture when you are done and crop it side by side with the reference picture. That way you're able to see more errors you may have made along the line. Number 6, avoid outsourcing the job to other artists, because the fact of the matter is nobody's going to do the job as good as you. Am I saying you're the best artist? No. I'm saying that other artists will not put in so much effort to doing your job as they would in doing their job. Unless you really do not have time, and you must make it known to the client that I'm not doing the job and I'm giving it to another artist friend that is equally good or even better. So yes, when you outsource your job to another artist, they are going to be angry with you and they are going to make you redo it again. So please don't do that. I may have done that like 1-2 years ago, but I don't do it. All my jobs are originally done by me. Number 7 is to deliver a portrait bigger than expected. Now in this case, I'm not saying do a size the client did not ask for. No. For example, when I started, my small size was 8 inches by 10 inches. And I also had the medium 12 by 16 and then 16-20. But I always got the response for the 8 by 10 that why is it so small? So I got tired of answering why it's so small. I'm like, I mean, that's what you paid for. So but what I do now is that I add a border, just a white border, 1 inch thickness around the portrait, which I also notice adds to the beauty. Then also I try to buy wider frames. So instead of buying tiny frames, you just buy frames that have a little bit wide edges. So your clients are going to see it and be like, whoa, it's so big. So instead of 8 by 10, I do 10 by 12. And instead of 12 by 16, I do 14 by 18. And instead of 16 by 20, I do 18 by 22. Number 8 thing you can do is to have excellent packaging. This one is going to beat their expectation when the job gets to their house and they unpack it and it looks really clean. So you're going to have to present something to them that even if they are going to go and present it to maybe somebody of high esteem, like a governor or a president, they should be proud to hold your frame and take it there. So you shouldn't give them a rough, unclean job. So work on your packaging. One thing I did to improve my packaging is instead of using brown papers, especially for the back, I use white. It's just fine. But you know what you can do to improve your packaging. And number 9 is early delivery or beating your client's deadline. This is really important because there is nothing worse no matter how perfect your job is, if you miss a client's birthday or some kind of anniversary or some kind of important deadline, if you miss it, your job is as useless as anything. So don't do it. Just don't do it. I've done it before, but don't do it. Because that's the greatest sin an artist can commit to a client. So if you want to now beat their expectations, then deliver early. Deliver 2 days earlier than they expect. Deliver 3 days earlier than they expect. And they'll be so happy. I must point this out because this is very true. When you finish your work very early, there are chances that they are going to ask for more and more and more unreasonable corrections. So if you're afraid of that, you might want to keep the job till like a day to the deadline before you should deliver. I'm just saying. So I know that there are more things that you can do to beat your client expectations, but we don't want this video to go too long. So leave in the comments the things that you do to make your clients happy and to make them want to come back to patronize you again. So how do you beat your clients' expectations? Let me know in the comment sections. I, for one, have been drawing for above 2 years or so, and I've been able to build a level of standard for myself. So when clients come to me, they expect something from me. They've seen my job out there before. They've even patronized me before. So if you do anything less than your old job, they are going to be disappointed. So sometimes you may not actually do anything wrong, but because they have a high expectation of you, you can easily disappoint them. So your consistency has been able to give you an expectation that is difficult for even you yourself to beat. For example, a client that has done 1 or 2 jobs for me before, and a third job comes and they already have an idea of my work. So when they see this new job, they are like, you didn't do this work yourself, I know your work. They were like, you gave it to somebody else. So there's a chat like that with a particular client. I had to show her that I did it myself. Here is the video, here's the picture. It's a good job, but all the same, I was glad I had not framed it. So I made the changes she wanted and I delivered it and she was happy. So please don't forget to leave in the comment section what you do to beat your client's expectations. Now, even if you're not an artist, whatever service you render, whatever thing you do, maybe you bake cakes and stuff. So what is that thing that you do to beat your client's expectation? Leave it in the chat, in the comment section, and I'm sure to reply.